obviously, fog delays even, smoke delays. I think at a super regional in Tempe, Arizona, where the grill was cooking too many hamburgers there, but never a fire alarm delay in a press conference. So apologize for that. I was talking about the depth, and I was going into the 8th ranked recruiting class in the country, and certainly a lot of talented kids on the field out of that recruiting class, and I think as we enter the first weekend, we'll see several of those young guys take the field for us, and some of them in starting roles. I think position player wise, there's a chance of maybe 2 or 3 or maybe even possibly 4 freshmen starting in the starting lineup over the first weekend. But it's also a great mix, and one of the things I think we talk a lot about the recruits because it's new, but I think when you look around at the veterans that are back, guys like Chris Ellis and Aaron Greenwood and Sam Smith, guys that have pitched in the Southeastern Conference, guys that have had a lot of success. You look around at position players, Austin Anderson, Preston Overby, Sykes Orvis, Will Allen, Austin Bosfield, Will Jamison, a lot of position players that have had a lot of success in our league as well. So I think really when I look at it, it's as good a mix or good a group of newcomers and veteran guys that we've had in a long time. We're coming off a great fall and early spring practices and inter-squad games. Very competitive, as I mentioned about the depth. One of the things that we talked about this past summer after last year and going into the fall, and I think it's kind of the I don't know if mantra or kind of a catchword that we've talked a lot is toughness. We've been so close to being a great team the last couple of years, but because of a pitch here or a play there and literally coming down to a game here or there, it hasn't happened for us for one reason or another. And the difference, I think, for the great teams is they make that one play, they make that pitch, they win that game that matters, that puts you hosting a regional rather than playing on the road, or puts you in the upper echelon of your conference, in the Southeastern Conference, where it's so competitive. One game out of 30 means a lot, and means a big deal where you are in the standings and where you are as far as RPI and whatnot. So how do we win that game? How do we make sure that we're on the right side of the scoreboard? And one of the things we talk about a lot is being tougher, being mentally tougher, being able to handle the adversity. Not to talk too much about last year's team, but last year's team got off to just an unbelievable start at 21-3, and then some things didn't go our way, and lost a couple close series, and next thing you know, it was hard for us to get back on track again. We had some good games, but it was hard for us really to gain that confidence back and be the team that we once were. And so we talked a lot about that as a staff. And so how do we get that toughness? How are we able to handle the adversity that is given to you every day? And everybody gets it in this game of baseball. How are you able to handle it? And one of the things we talked about is just being physically tough. If you're more physically tough, then mentally you're going to be able to handle some more things. And so we kind of went back to old school, kind of went back to some of the things we did 13 years ago when I got here, and just to push and challenge the kids. Of course, the competition at each position, the depth helped a lot with that. A new strength coach in Ben Fleming pushed them harder than they've ever been pushed in the weight room and conditioning, and just little competitions throughout practice and after weights that I think the message was sent very early on that we want tough-minded kids. We want kids that are able to handle the adversity. And I'm very proud of what the kids went through this fall. And we see it. We see it every day on the field in their energy, the way they handle bad things in the inter-squad games. And so I believe it was a good thing and mission accomplished